In this quick video, I'll be showing you how you can upgrade your crafting bench to the max level epic level 4. For this, we'll need copper bars, obsidian slabs, and brute scale. Obviously, copper bars and obsidian slabs are the easier things to do with this, even though it may not seem like it. Long story short, you'll be heading over to the closest desert, in my case all the way down here, going through a cave with an upgraded pickaxe, whether it's a green one or above, so this one here, using flexwood rod and sand claws. In fact, I should actually a few more of these. Then you'll collect yourself some copper ore and obsidian. You'll take the obsidian all the way to your stone cutter, like this, or stone breaker, and cut it into obsidian slabs. Then, while that is happening, you'll also head across to your metal smelter, which you'll need to create using bright core obsidian slabs and blast cores. All of these you can get from these same lava caves in the desert. Then, once you put one down, you'll interact with it, select copper bar, put in 2 bright core and 1 copper to get 1 copper ingot out. You'll essentially need to repeat that process quite a few times. I'd recommend filling it up and leaving it. With a full stack of bright core, you can only get 15 on the outside, so you'll need to come back here and refill it once in a while to keep it going, as it does take quite a long time. Eventually, you'll have enough of both copper bars and obsidian slabs. But the final thing is brute scale. Obviously, it's left behind by fallen brutes, but I actually found one of these inside of a rare crate, or rather just a crate, inside of the aforementioned lava cave. Essentially just climbing around, going down and searching all the chests that I could find, I found one of these brute scales in it, which is relatively rare, but it makes life a lot easier. If you're not going to do this, you need to get yourself a good crossbow, as well as probably 60 or so arrows, and you'll head out into the world. I'd highly recommend for this that you create a whole bunch of long swords and give them to all of your villagers and ask them all to come with you, as it's going to be quite an epic fight. It's definitely difficult to say the least. Now, where exactly do you find brutes? Well, that's easier said than done. So heading out just generally into the world, we should find a brute at least somewhere. I've usually seen one bugging around here somewhere next to my base in a large-ish valley, but as far as I understand, they spawn pretty much randomly. What you don't want to do is find a brute in any other area except for a grassland. As well, brutes in the grassland are the squishiest kind. That's to say, they definitely aren't squishy by any means. Maybe I'll find one now, but maybe not. I'm sure you've ran into them in the past. They're those big angry rock monsters that hit like a truck. Usually you'll hear them stomping around earlier than you see them, but for me, I just don't seem to see one in this area. I've seen probably 2 different areas in the world where they spawn, but unfortunately there don't seem to be any around here. If you've been playing the game solidly up until this point, then you've definitely seen at least one before, even though they're kind of rare. What I'd recommend you do is give all of your villagers a sword, if you haven't already, and call them all to come with you. That way everyone can get together into a group fight to get rid of them as quick as possible. Otherwise, keep your distance and keep dodging when you're in the fight using your crossbow to get rid of them. You'll need to use many arrows. That being said as well, you can use dynamite to chuck that in and hopefully do quite a bit of damage, but unfortunately that one's a bit more difficult to hit them with, as it just sort of stays on the ground. You need to be a little bit lucky and plan out your shots. But anyways, it's not an impossible fight, but it's definitely difficult to say the least, and they are very angry. Eventually, when you kill them, you'll get 1 single brute scale. I luckily found one inside of a chest, as I mentioned before, so I'll be using that in my upgrade here. Now that you have everything you need to upgrade your crafting bench, I need to go grab the obsidian. Let's go ahead and put this thing up another level. By upgrading this to epic, we unlock a whole new suite of tools that we can use. If we interact with it here, we get a forest axe, which you make with copper bars and knotwood rods, an epic pickaxe, and a few more charms, including the hearty totem using heavy wool thread, arctic claw, malachite slab, and brute scales, which gives us, when we get full health, bonus health for a few seconds afterwards, and 10 armor, which is huge. On top of this, we also get a cool headed charm, which increases resistance to hot temperatures, but I assume one of these is probably equal to 3 of the previous tier, or 2 of them. This is definitely going to be an endgame item, but for now, you'll probably be starting your adventures into the ice areas, so you'll mainly be crafting the inner fire charm and getting your way around with that. Anyways, that's really about it for this quick guide. Now you know how to get the brute scale and upgrade your crafting bench to the max level, so hopefully you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.